Good day, everyone. We are the Group 5, and together with our members, Miss Rose Jane Pinili, Miss Jillian Munion, Carol Palubon, Miss Leia Pablo, and Mr. Joshua Mungkopa, we're going to talk about the curriculum mapping and curriculum audit. So, a curriculum design is reflected in a written curriculum, either as a lesson plan, syllabus, unit plan, or a bigger curriculum, like K to 12. Before, a teacher shall put this plan or design into action. She must need to do a curriculum map. So what is curriculum mapping? Curriculum mapping is a model for designing, refining, upgrading, and reviewing the curriculum, resulting in a framework that provides form, focus, and function. This approach is an ongoing process or work in progress. It is not a one-time initiative, but a continuing action. Curriculum mapping can be done by teachers alone, a group of teachers teaching the same subject, the department, the whole school or district, or the whole educational system. Some curricularists would describe curriculum mapping as making a map to success. So our next reporter would be Miss Jillian Munion.
The next one is benefits of curriculum mapping. Curriculum mapping ensures alignment of the desired learning outcomes, learning activities, and assessment of learning. Next, curriculum mapping addresses the gaps of repetition in the curriculum. It reveals if certain program goals or learning outcomes are not adequately covered or overly emphasized in the current curriculum. Curriculum mapping verifies, clarifies, and establishes alignment between what students to do in their courses and what is taught in the classroom and assists as their learning. Number 4. The curriculum maps visually show important elements of the curriculum and how they contribute to student learning. The last one is curriculum mapping connects all initiative from instruction, pedagogies, assessment, and professional development. It facilitates the integration of cross-curricular skills. So the greatest benefits to curriculum mapping is its ability to improve the link between curriculum, assessment, and instruction in the schools. Most teachers take pride in delivering lessons that engage and educate their students, but they must also consider how their work aligns with state or provincial standards. Curriculum mapping supports teacher efforts to track how many of the required standard content and skill have been addressed and what remains to be covered.
Good day, everyone. My name is Rose Jane Pinili. I am the third reporter. My assigned topic is curriculum mapping process. There are many ways of doing things according to what outcome one needs to produce. This is also true with curriculum mapping. However, whatever outcome or map will be made, there are suggested steps to follow. Example A. 1. Make a matrix or a spreadsheet. 2. Place a timeline that you need to cover 1 quarter, 1 semester, or 1 year. This should be dependent on time frame of a particular curriculum that was written. 3. Enter the intended learning outcomes, skills needed to be taught or achieved at the end of the teaching. 4. Enter the same matrix the content areas or subject areas to be covered. 5. Align and name each resource available such as textbooks, workbooks, module next to the subject areas. 6. Enter the teaching learning methods to be used to achieve the outcomes. 7. Align and enter the assessment procedure and tools to the intended learning outcomes, content areas, and resources. 8. Circulate the map among all involved personnel for their inputs. 9. Revise and refine map based on suggestions and distribute to all concerned. You will find example A as a component of an OBE-inspired syllabus for higher education. However, this can be modified for basic education to serve the specific purpose as you will see in the same maps. Example B is for a degree program in college. 1. Make a matrix or a spreadsheet. 2. Identify the degree or program outcomes. Example for this is BEED or BSED. 3. Identify the subjects or courses under the degree. Gen Ed, Prof Ed, and major in BS Ed. 4. List the subjects along the vertical cells of a matrix in a logical or chronological order. 5. List the degree program outcomes along the horizontal cell. Use code as PO1 or PO2. If outcomes are too long to fit in the cell, PO means program outcomes. 6. Cross the subject and the outcome and determine if such subject accomplishes the outcomes as either learned or L, performed P, or given opportunity O. Place the code in the corresponding cell. 7. Fill up all cells. 8. After accomplishing the map, use it as a guide for all teachers teaching the course for students to complete the degree in 4 years. So, next one is curriculum map. Curriculum maps are visual timelines that outline desired learning outcomes to be achieved. Contents, skills and values taught, instructional time, assessment to be used, and the overall student movement towards the attainment of the intended outcomes. So, curriculum maps are visual timelines or a graphic representation of a subject's education requirements and the resources that a teacher employs in the classroom to address those criteria. So, curriculum maps provide quality control of what are taught in schools to maintain excellence, efficiency, and effectiveness. It is intended to improve instruction and maintain quality of education that all stakeholders need to be assured of. So, it is also ensure that what is taught in schools can get good quality to sustain excellence, efficiency, and effectiveness. Its goal is to improve instruction and ensure that all stakeholders receive a high-quality education. A map can reassure stakeholders specific information for pacing and alignment of the subject horizontally or vertically. Horizontal alignment, called sometimes as pacing guide, will make all teachers teaching the same subject in a grade level follow the same timeline and accomplishing the same learning outcomes. So, horizontal alignment also known as pacing guide, can ensure all the teachers in a grade level teaching have the same subject to follow, the same timeline, and achieve the same learning outcomes. So, vertical alignment will see to it that concept development, which may be hierarchy or in spiral form, does not overlap, but building from a simple to more complicated concepts and skills. So, vertical alignment ensures that concept growth, whether it is hierarchic, hierarchical or spiral, for that does not overlap but rather progresses from simple to more complex concepts and skills. Alignment, either vertical or horizontal, will also develop interdisciplinary connections among teachers and students between and among courses. So, vertical or horizontal alignment will help foster interdisciplinary linkages between teachers and students as well as between and across the courses. So that is the end of my report. The next reporter will be Carol Palubon.
Here are two examples of a curriculum map. Sample A is for basic education and sample B is for college level. So this is the example A. Sample A, Science Curriculum Map showing the sequence of domain of the year per quarter. So we have 4 quarters. Sample B, Curriculum Map for Bachelor of Elementary Education Professional Education courses. So the sample subjects are child development, facilitating human learning, social dimensions, teaching profession, principles of teaching, assessment of learning, educational technology, curriculum development, developmental reading, field study, practice teaching. So L is learned outcomes, which is the knowledge, skills, values, outcomes achieved in the subject. P is for practice, the learned outcomes, so the knowledge, skills, and values. While the O is the opportunity to learn and practice. So opportunities to learn and practice knowledge, skills, and values, but not taught formally. So we have here two notes to always remember. The first one is not all professional subjects are entered in the matrix, while the second one is desired outcomes for the professional courses are PO1, applied basic and higher 21st century skills, PO2, acquire deep understanding of the learning process, PO3, comprehended knowledge of the content they will teach, PO4, applied teaching process skills, curriculum designing materials, development, educational assessment, teaching approaches. PO5, facilitated learning of different types of learners in diverse learning environments. PO6, directed experience in the field and classrooms, observation, teaching, assistance, and practice teaching. PO7, demonstrated professional and ethical standards of the profession. PO8, demonstrated creative and innovative thinking and practice of alternative teaching approaches. Our next reporter is Mr. Joshua Mukopa.
So the next one is curriculum quality audit. Curriculum quality audit or CQA is a form of curriculum mapping. It is a process of mapping the curricular program or syllabus against established standards. This process is supported by Susan Raffe when she said that the best practice in curriculum development and implementation required that discipline-based standards embody curricular and program scopes and sequence. The curriculum quality audit requires a written curriculum and the tested curriculum linked to both the taught and, the written curricula. Next one is benefits of curriculum quality audit. First is identify gaps under and overrepresentation of the curriculum based on the standards. Second is ensures alignment of learning outcomes, activities, and assessment to the standards. And lastly is achieves an internationally comparable curriculum as standards become the basis of the curriculum analysis.
The next is the Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers or PPST can be used as anchor in curriculum quality audit. The PPST aims to set clear expectations of teachers along with defined career stages of professional development from beginning to distinguished practice. So the Philippines has adopted and implemented the PPST through the Department of Education's Order DO 42 series of 2017. So the teachers educators program heads curriculum planners may refer to the PPST to quality audit. The pre-service teachers education curriculum as basis for quality assurance, the provisions of teacher education. So the first CQA in teacher education curriculum in the Philippines was initiated by the Research Center of Teacher Quality or RETC, the Philippine Normal University, the Cebu Normal University, the West Visayas University, Western Mindanao State University, and other member university of the National Network of Normal School or 3INS. Using the curriculum quality audit, the OCQA process, pre-service syllabi were mapped to the PPST to ensure that the standards for beginning teachers or career stage 1 are addressed in the pre-service curriculum. So using the CQA, teacher educators are assured that pre-service teachers embody the competencies of beginning teachers as they practice their profession in the Department of Education. So there are standards that can use in the CQE aside from the PPST. GID CMO 74 to 83 are standards set by the Commission of Higher Education, specific to the degree program being offered and the teachers who are the outcomes of the program. They have both genetic standard for all teacher education degree programs and have a specific standard for each degree program. For example, CMO 74 Series 2017 contained standards for Bachelor of Elementary Educations or for teachers who will teach in the elementary level. And the CMO 75 Series 2017 contains the standard for Bachelor of Secondary Educations or for teachers who will teach in the secondary level. So aside from the national standard for teachers, there are also international for globalizations like the competencies framework for teachers in Southeast Asia of CMU and CMIS and the European Tuning Asia Southeast or TASI teachers competencies. And that's all. Thank you.